Day.
New book. What are you reading?
Key Ridge, that's what they voted on.
They voted on what?
Key Ridge.
Not a Land of Stories?
They want to do Land of Stories after Key Ridge.
Oh, wow.
Because Key Ridge is, hi guys, Key Ridge is a holiday-ish romancy book, and they want, after the Britney book, they wanted to have a nice, like calm, you know, happy, no sadness.
This is from the TikTok author?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right, and she's going to come talk to us.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's going to come do a Q&A after we finish it. How cool is that? Oh, Catherine said yes to bringing the kids up to see the Christmas decorations.
Cool.
Yeah. I said we'd really like them to see it.
What day?
She said great. She said
maybe
you.
it'll coincide with the Santa.
Oh yeah, we'll check. She said we could pick the day, so she's happy to do it. She just texted me. I'll respond to her after we get off here. How's everyone doing? What's everyone doing? Anything interesting? Good morning, everyone. It's new book day. I hope you're all excited.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Oops. It's a brand new book day. You're in the office today? Whoa, that is news to me.
Is that unusual?
Yeah, she works remotely.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Sometimes they make you go in. My contract says I never have to go in, and I still never go in.
It's true, they did. That was weird.
Yeah.
They were like, come, be in. And you were like, I don't want to be in. And they were like, you have to. And then you were like, I don't want to. And they were like, you don't have a choice. Is that how it went? Look what I have. Oh, do you guys want to see something? Wait. Do you guys want a preview of our merch that's going to go up later today? It's going to be up for sale later today on Bad Addiction Boutique. She sent me samples, and I just have to take a picture in it later. And you guys want to see it? Including the kid size. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, it's going to be on a t-shirt also, but she sent me the hoodie, or the crew neck, because she knows that's what I wear the most. But isn't it cute? This is the we caused a disaster. This is the adult size. It's got Sasha and Snow Bastion in the blue. And then this is the kid one. She sent this one for Zoe to wear. And then it'll also be in t-shirts, because I know not everybody wants my shoes untied. Not even wearing shoes that have ties. Liz, are you messing with me? If that was a troll, I would think it was a trolley thing. Right? The sweatshirt's super cute. I almost never stop in for book club because of my schedule. I'm stopping to see the new book. Yay! Oh. What? My shoe's untied in the shirt. Oh, that's funny. It is. I forgot you drew me with my shoe untied.
Just one of them.
Yeah. That's what she said. She said, your shoe's untied. And I looked down at my slippers and I was like, I don't even wear shoes in the house. What is she talking about? That's funny. You're right. My shoe is untied in that. You're right. But it is also going to be available in t-shirts for people who don't like sweatshirts. So she's going to print it on both. She just sent me those. So I think that's pretty exciting. Those will be available today so the kids can have them for Christmas, or adults. But I know everyone was really wanting like little kid-sized t-shirts, and we've never had those before. So there you go. I'm excited for the book too. I know you weren't even trying to troll. That's the funny part. Shelly, just so you know, I've had the song Wrapped in Red stuck in my head for about an hour and a half. I was humming it in the very early hours of the morning.
The early hours of the morning.
I don't know. Awful? Yeah. This should be a fun book, and I think it's always exciting for us when we can hear from authors. This will be our third time connecting with an author from a book that we've read. Your lives keep making me leave our community app and calendar video. Oh, watch it. Yes, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good reason though, right? But yeah, this will be our third time getting to connect with an author from one of the books we read. I think for a year of book club, 3 authors connecting with us is a pretty good start. And maybe, it's Key Ridge, Liz, but maybe next year we'll have even more authors want to talk to us.
Maybe Meg Cabot will.
Oh, I would literally faint on the spot if Meg Cabot reached out to us. I wouldn't know what to do. I would fall over dead. I've only seen her in person one time, and I almost, or Chris Coffer, I would like literally cry talking to him because I'd be like, you literally wrote the most perfect thing for me. Yeah, you know the stories. Both of them are so good. Honestly, there's not a lot of people that make me freak out. Like, having worked with, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't know, enough celebrities in my work life, I'm kind of whatever. I can't think of the word. No, but you know when you like just don't care or whatever, like they like, you know, whatever about them. But I think that if Meg Cabot reached out and said she wanted to talk to our book club, I think I would have a minor freak out. Yes, I think so. The person that I say that, I always say there's only one person that I would really faint if they walk. I don't get starstruck. That's what it is. Yes, desensitized. Thank you, you guys. You guys get me. Thank you. But I always say that if I ever run into Judge Judy, I'll probably faint on the spot because I love her so much.
I know someone's not Judge Judy.
You do?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my god, we have to talk about it. Next time we see them, I'm going to have to talk to him about
I
it.
had a roommate that went to like court.
No way! So lucky!
Am I crazy? Am I making them?
What?
I think it was Leo. Maybe it was someone else. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't really get starstruck, but Judge Judy would do it for me.
I can't believe you.
Oh, I love her. Yeah, she's definitely alive. I tried to get them to invite her to Slimu because she has so many grandchildren and she lives in New York. I thought maybe she'd want to bring her grandchildren to play with the slime, but they did not invite her because they did not think she was noteworthy enough. To which I say, how dare you? Of course she's noteworthy enough. She's Judge Judy.
I mean, even if...
That is pretty close to
everyone
everything.
knows who she is. Like, everyone has been,
Right,
like,
that's what I'm
sick at
saying.
home during school
Right,
and
exactly. Can you imagine if she showed up at a kids museum with her grandkids? That would totally make it into like social media news, you know? I think it would be worth it. I can't believe that they said that to me. It was when I was the creative director there and they were like, who do you think we should invite? And I was like, we should invite Judge Judy. Well, it makes sense. She's got 15 grandchildren.
Too many. Get rid of them.
But that's, I mean, you know,
Just kidding.
it's a lot of grandchildren.
It's actually...
You rode in an elevator with Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is one of Judge Judy's best friends.
What does that even mean? What are Sam Jackson and Judge Judy ever doing together?
They actually are together often.
What do they do together?
They go to events together. They're buddies.
What's that mean?
You'd have to ask them, but it's true. They are buddies. Good morning, everybody. We're starting a new book today, and in all likelihood, there's not a lot of trauma here.
Well, it's not. I promise. Thank you.
I said in all likelihood. I didn't say 100% certain.
Our pork belly looks so good. I want to eat it right now. I won't.
So, in case anyone wasn't on the days when we were talking about this book that we voted on reading, this is from I Rode an Escalator with a Member of My Chemical Romance. Oh, fancy. I Rode an Escalator
Did you
with...
sucker punch him for making bad music?
Anyway, this author is an independent author here on TikTok, whose book I bought off of TikTok. And she sent a, you have now offended Cindy forever. She said she no longer likes you. Becca also. That's true, Aurora. A lot of people. Oh no. But anyway, in case you didn't know, this indie author sends a bookmark with every one of her books that her mom makes. I think that's so cute. Her mom wants to participate in her business, so her mom sews little fabric bookmarks for each of her book sales, and I think that's adorable. So I was really thrilled to get one. She sent all this information with it. And in case you weren't on here before, she is going to come and discuss the book with us afterwards. So starting today, when we're reading the book, if we have any things we want to note or that we would like to ask questions about, we should write them down, because she is legitimately going to come do a joint live with us and do a Q&A. We're going to dance now. Let's dance. Dance with our new book. So a couple of really interesting facts came up during the time of our smoothie dance. The first was that my friend Tamara entered the room. She is a dancer, and she decided to tell me this isn't dance music. What do you know?
Wait a second.
Wait a hot minute, Miss Tamara.
Everything that you dance to is
Thing
dance.
number 2, thank you, Darkest Unique. Thing number 2 that came up is Arbitrary Canary entered the room with a new profile picture, which threw me off for sure. It's beautiful, but that doesn't mean it didn't confuse me. And thing number 3 is that everyone is really upset that you don't like My Chemical Romance, but I have bad news for all of them. If you asked me with a gun to my head right now to name a My Chemical Romance song, I could not.
So, don't take the bullet for me, babe. It's okay. I do like the one song with
What is it? You'd have to tell. I don't even know.
I'll play you it when we're. Are you writing today?
Yeah, I have to write. I write every day.
I'll play you it when you start writing.
Are you writing today? Have I not? Have
No,
I?
I meant this morning.
Oh, depends. Let's see what the gym situation turns out to. Yeah, maybe I'll write this morning. I don't think I have to go to the post office until tomorrow, because I don't have anything packed up right now because we took everything yesterday.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is Roll for Slime. Pretty exciting. We love a Roll for Slime. It is a very cute new profile picture, but it definitely threw me off.
What is it?
It's just a rainbow thing around it's still a canary. I see them so small when you come on. I'm used to seeing the same color. It's okay not to know them, but it's not okay to slander their name. Yikes. Yikes. Big yikes. Tomorrow there's probably going to be the same thing we did last time, where there's 2 levels of Roll for Slime, a kid-friendly one here, and then an After Dark one on Patreon. So that's prob's going to be tomorrow's Stitch. The larger version. I've seen the larger version. Yeah, it is really nice. You know what's awful? Sports. Uh-oh, they're coming for you now. Wow, they're mad at you. They are mad at you. They've never been so angry at you. They loved you until this moment.
Provocateur.
Harsh no. Wow. They're booing Sports Ball. You're getting booed. Oh my God, they turned on you.
Your boos only strengthen me.
Your boos
Because I know what you
only strengthen him. Your boos only strengthen him.
Because
Cheers.
I know what you like.
You made it, Tiffany. Don't worry. Apparently it doesn't take much for us to turn. Apparently not. I better be careful. All right. So, we are going to read this morning. We are reading Key Ridge. And let's get into it. Apparently it does, Becca. Apparently it does. Yeah.
Apparently what does what?
She said, booze strengthen him. Doesn't that make him the bad guy here?
Well, it was bound to happen.
Scary. All right, so let's get into it. Anybody who has questions or all those things, put them out for everyone, and then we'll discuss and we'll write down questions for, you know, the author. It's a brand new book, copyright this year. Uh-oh. Hades vibes. I like it. Hades is one of my favorite villains, so that's good. Villains are always the most interesting. You're the most interesting, babe.
Doesn't take much to be a villain.
Okay, let's get into it. Chapter 1. Seriously, Garrett, wake up. You're going to be late. I threw a pillow at my boyfriend's head and tried to coax him out of our bed for the third time that morning. What time is it? He groaned. 7:55.
Wait, are you talking about this morning or? Sorry.
Becca's gonna mail you a glitter bomb. You better watch out.
If you mail me a glitter bomb, you're glitter bombing Sasha. Think about it.
I think she's assuming that my house is already a glitter bomb and that it won't matter too much.
You mean our house right now?
Like our house is not a glitter bomb right now. Our house is very nice.
Exactly. Don't glitter bomb Sasha. It's not nice.
She said Sasha likes glitter.
She doesn't like it.
I don't know if I want it on the floor. I like glitter in my crafts. I like glitter on my face. Eggplant glitters. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Even though we had been together for 8 years and lived together for 2, his inability to get moving in the morning still irritated me. He always slept through his alarm, so it was up to me to ensure that he got up in time for work every day. I was a morning person through and through and couldn't relate to his zombie-like demeanor. Waking up early to work out, read, or go for a walk was the highlight of my day. Garrett finally spilled out of bed and went straight for the tiny bathroom the two of us shared. Once I heard the shower start, I breathed a sigh of relief and returned to the living room to savor one more cup of coffee. Settling into our sectional couch, I resumed my working on my crossword puzzle. I'm sorry, is she writing about me? A warm breeze hit me square in the face through the window I had left open. Now it was almost October. The intense and humid heat had at last settled down in Florida. It was a luxury to go outside again and enjoy the weather without sweating through whatever shirt I was wearing. Hey, Maddie. A damp shirtless Garrett poked his head out of our bedroom door frame. We've got dinner with the crew tonight. You'll probably have to head there straight from work. My mind quickly scanned through my upcoming social commitments. Tonight? I don't remember you telling me that. Yeah, it's kind of last minute. We're celebrating. Garrett looked at his feet sheepishly, rubbing his short brown hair with a towel. Will and Lauren got engaged last night. What? I exclaimed, springing up from the couch. Will was Garrett's best friend from college, and we had, from the college we had both attended. But they've been together for like 5 minutes. It's been a year, babe. Lauren was really riding on him to propose. I didn't know riding someone to propose was an effective strategy. I crossed my arms and glared at him. Don't even go there. You know how swamped I am with work. Once I make partner, I'll be able to think about marriage. My chest tightened in that familiar way that it did whenever marriage came up. The subject of our relationship status was an ever-looming issue between the two of us. I could recite Garrett's excuses by heart at this point. First it was, but we're too young. Next it was, but we don't have enough money for a wedding. And now he had moved on to, once I make partner. It was getting old watching friends who had been together a fraction of the time that we had beat us down the aisle, I muttered. He walked over to me and cupped my chin in his hand, attempting to make me look at him. I relented and stared back into his blue eyes. I love you, he said, and planted a kiss on my forehead. I promise when I do propose, it'll be the grandest gesture you ever saw. It will put everyone else's to shame. It's not just about the proposal. I want to get married to you, and I want to start our life together. We already have a life together, he responded, turning away from me and heading back to the bedroom to change. It was pointless to argue with him anymore about this. I knew I was fighting a losing battle. I should have been more insistent earlier on in our relationship. Once a guy knew he could get away with not asking you after 4 years or 6 years, he certainly wasn't going to suddenly have a change of heart after 8. I walked into our bedroom and shoved past Garrett to get into our cramped bedroom and close the door. Gripping the side of the countertop, in the bathroom and closed the door. Gripping the side of the countertop, I took a deep breath and scrutinized myself in the mirror. My long wavy hair was thick and constantly trying to double in size with the Florida humidity. I fingered a blonde highlight that had recently added to my brown hair and thought it popped against my tan skin. but Garrett had said that it made me look high maintenance. My blue eyes were almost as light as Garrett's. When we met in college, I remember thinking that our future children would look adorable with the blue eyes that they were sure to inherit from us. Somehow, the thought of children felt further away now at 29 than it did back then at 21. A soft knock echoed through the tiled room. Sighing, I opened the door to face my boyfriend, or some would say, roommate. He met my gaze with pleading eyes. Please, let's not fight, okay? He grabbed my hand and pulled me into his chest. I love you. Who's fighting? Not me. I gave him a weak smile, knowing the argument wasn't worth it. It never was. You're the best. He gestured for me to exit the room first and smacked my ass when I passed. We need to get going. How many times do I have to tell you that we're going to be late? I could use some help with the housekeeping team. They don't respect me and it's causing issues. I have to double check every room they turn over to make sure they've done a good job. I nodded sympathetically at a property manager I had worked with for years as she rattled on about the latest issues she was facing at one of our resort properties. Have you tried setting up a meeting with the owner of the company? I asked her. He keeps giving me the runaround. It's useless. Our old company was so much better. Well, we have a contract in place with these new cleaners, so we're going to need to make it work. Their rates were much better, and we're going to close out the year with a huge savings. It looks great for our department. She bit her lip and looked unsure. Trust me, it just takes time to build up these relationships. You're doing a great job. Keep up the amazing work. I gave her my brightest smile and continued to reassure her. By the time our meeting was over, I hoped some of my optimism rubbed off on her. I was known for my sunny disposition and positive attitude at Brooks Boutique property management firm. I swiveled around in my plush chair and surveyed the view outside my window. Our firm occupied the 20th floor of a high-rise, and when I got my own office last year, I thought I would never get used to the fantastic view. Sometimes I had to pinch myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming. I'd gotten a job here right out of college in operations and had risen through the ranks to director of property management. Despite my best efforts, my mind wandered back to my conversation with Garrett this morning. If only my personal life was on the same trajectory that my professional life was on. There was a knock at my door before it was cracked open, revealing a tall, red-headed woman looking disheveled. Hey girl, how was your weekend? She asked, sitting opposite my pearly white desk. Sharon from the finance department was the only person that I might consider a friend instead of just a coworker. Yeah, just the usual. Garrett and I went out to dinner and then hit up the farmer's market on Sunday. What about you? Oh, I went to this very cute little pop-up bar on Friday and the coolest guy, very like starving artist vibes, but he was so hot. Anyway, we ended up going out on Saturday and you won't believe where he took me. Sharon rambled on about her adventurous weekend. I felt a pang of jealousy. She was constantly trying new things, meeting new people. It made me feel like such a dull square. I'd lived in Florida my entire life and the only people I hung out with were my friends from college. I thrived on routine, and my idea of adventure was trying a new sushi place that had just opened up on our block. I was 29 going on 50. Actually, my parents were in their 50s and were more adventurous than I was. They had just gone on a 2-week Alaskan cruise and snowshoed on a glacier. I hadn't even seen snow in real life before. Do you want to grab drinks after work? Sharon's question ripped me from my thoughts. Can't. Garrett and I have dinner plans. I chewed my lip before continuing. His friend Will and his girlfriend Lauren just got engaged. Sharon sat straight up at the news. Excuse me? They met like 15 seconds ago. I know. And you didn't you tell me Will was a bit of a player? Yup. What the hell? Trust me, I feel the same way. What did Garrett say about it? Well, he said that Lauren really wanted to get engaged. I wrinkled my nose as if there was a putrid stench in the air. She scoffed. And what about his devoted girlfriend of almost a decade? What she wants doesn't matter? It's fine, really. We're just waiting until we're at a more secure point in our lives. My closed-lipped smile felt tight. Sharon rolled her eyes, but didn't press the subject further. I knew that she knew what I was saying was bullshit, but she was kind enough not to point it out. I had cried one too many times over a bottle of wine with Sharon for her to fall for the same excuses I rattled off to everyone else. Are you ready for the new client pitch this afternoon? She asked, graciously changing the subject. I was just about to go through the deck again. Did you see the pictures of the property? It's gorgeous. It looks straight out of a movie. It almost makes me want to move to the mountains. She snorted. Right, and give up your beach days? Not likely. Snow just seems So romantic, though. I sighed and stared at the pictures of the property that I had pulled up. It was located next to a ski resort in Colorado, the Key Ridge Ski Lodge. We manage resorts all across the state of Florida and had recently opened our portfolio to other states. The prospective client's town was growing in popularity, but they were having trouble scaling. The property was large and a huge potential money grab for the winter months. I had to nail this pitch. I can picture Mike in a Speedo better than I can picture you in snow. You're only saying that because he did wear a Speedo at last year's holiday party. We both doubled over cackling until a knock at the door interrupted our outburst. Maddie, my boss Mike stepped into the office. Are you ready for the Colorado pitch? The clients just arrived from the airport, and I know we scheduled the meeting for this afternoon, but they're earlier than expected, and I don't want to keep them waiting. Key Ridge sounds fake, says this Colorado. Yeah, maybe it is. Just then, a gray-haired woman, maybe in her early 60s, and a 30-something guy walked past my office. The guy was lean and muscular with dirty blonde, scraggly hair and stubble. He looked rugged and athletic. Although attractive, the scowl he was wearing and the hard set of his jaw were a turnoff for me. Mysteriously moody was not my type, but he was undeniably good-looking nonetheless. Sharon gasped. Was that Giles Stone? Who? I asked at the same time that Mike nodded. His family owns the property. He came with his aunt to hear the pitch. Mike made a move to follow them before turning back to me. I'm going to go with them to the conference room. Will you meet us there in 5 minutes? With that, he rushed out of the room before I could object. Who's Giles Stone? I asked again. He's a professional snowboarder, Sharon whispered, despite the subject of our conversation being nowhere within hearing range. Or he was. I think he retired, but he was in the last 2 Winter Olympics. How have you never heard of him? Oh, right, that Giles Stone. I'm such a huge fan of snowboarding that I totally forgot. I have his poster hanging in my room. Sharon rolled her eyes at my sarcasm. I'm not a winter sports fan either, but he is gorgeous. There's something extra attractive about a guy who does winter sports. She came around to my side of the desk and pulled my keyboard towards her. She opened a search engine and typed in his name. Pictures of him filled my screen. They mainly consisted of him in winter clothes contorting his body in crazy positions high up in the air. I stared at her. What's attractive about winter sports? You can't even see him underneath all those layers. I can't believe you even recognized him. She clicked on a picture of him shirtless on the cover of a sports magazine to enlarge it. You were saying? She asked. He's okay there, I guess. You should read up on him so that you're prepared. By read up, do you mean stare at half-naked pictures that I only have, half-naked pictures? I only have 5 minutes. I closed the window that she had opened. I need to review the deck one more time. I'm sure snowboarding or his career is not going to come up in our presentation. If you say so. She walked back around towards my office door. Hey, if it comes up organically, mind slipping in my number in case he's looking for something to do while he's in town? I laughed and tossed a balled up piece of notebook paper at her. Out! Sitting across from Giles Stone was different than looking at his pictures online. Sharon was right. He was gorgeous and intense. From the moment that I entered the room, his deep brown eyes hadn't stopped searing a hole right into me. His Aunt Bev seemed nice enough. She had a slight edge to her. My hand was still throbbing from her firm handshake. All I could do to hide my nerves was plant a massive grin on my face and pretend that I was completely at ease. Hello, I'm Maddie, I greeted them cheerily. How was your flight? It was fine. We appreciate you flying us out here for this, Bev said. Giles just grunted in response. I extended my hand to Giles and he eyed it like I had an infectious disease. After a few heartbeats, he engulfed my hand in his and gave it a quick shake before dropping it. I noticed him flexing the hand that had touched me. So, Colorado, huh? I've always wanted to visit. It must be a beautiful place to live. Yeah, it is, he said flatly. His short remark and hard stare had me on edge. This was not the typical demeanor of potential clients. Wait, that's your last name? That's so funny. Key Ridge makes sense now. We have a resort on Keystone, but Giles Stone in Keystone. No, yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. Can't have the same last name as the place. What do you think of Florida? It must be pretty different, huh? I cleared my throat nervously. He narrowed his eyes. Obviously. Bev nudged his arm before turning back to me with a smile. It's lovely here. Always nice to be in a tropical climate, even if it is for a quick trip. Well, Maddie's our director of property management. She's put together a great presentation for you, and I think you'll all find it very informative, Mike said. Thanks, Mike. I'll just get us started then. I plugged in my computer and my slide deck appeared on the screen in front of us. Feel free to stop me at any time with questions, but for now, let's just dive right in. The first few slides outlined our basic structure. We would place a property manager on site at their lodge to handle all the daily operations. They would manage all the housekeepers, order supplies, and go above and beyond to keep the guests happy. And because your property hasn't been updated in a while, our team will make improvements as we see fit to make the space appealing to guests and ensure that we capture as many new customers as possible. You say it like Giles, not Giles? Really? Am I saying it the British way? Is that why? I didn't think about that. I wonder what it is. See, we have to ask her. Oh, does someone want to write down questions for us? Who wants to be our official note taker for this book? Does someone want to write down these questions? That's hilarious, arbitrary. Someone write, I prefer Giles, it sounds more douchey. Yeah, it's true, it does sound a little douchier, that's right. Well, someone write it down and that'll be our first question. How do you pronounce his name? And she'll tell us, I will know. That's the great thing about having her come. G before E, I, Y, always say J. Oh, really? Oh, okay, so it is Giles. Giles with a J, that's so weird. Ooh, I hate it. Ooh, I'll try. Giles mumbled something under his breath. His presence made me uneasy. I'm sorry, what was that? I asked, my voice dripping with politeness. Buffy has a character named Giles. Oh, okay. And you're probably right. I never knew that. I don't think you or your team has the first idea what would make us appeal to our customers, he spat. Our customers like our vintage charm. None of them want to stay in a place with the same aesthetic as a sterile doctor's office. He gestured to the conference room we were sitting in. My lip twitched as I tried to maintain my smile. Of course, sir. I didn't mean that the lodge didn't already possess a certain charm, and we would certainly work to create the feel that would appeal to your customer. Please, spare me. He waved his hand as if to dismiss me. You are so full of shit. Whoa, we are out the gate a little harsh. It's a little harsh. Excuse me? I choked out. What would a couple of suits that live in Florida know about running a ski lodge? Do you even ski? He crossed his arms. Well, no, I sputtered, but I know a lot about hotels and that's what I thought. I've heard enough. He stood from his chair and circled around the table towards the exit. Giles, please sit down. You're being rude. Babs shot me an apologetic glance as she tried to talk her nephew down. No, I'm done here. I'll be outside. With that, he stormed out, leaving me flabbergasted. While I didn't always nail every presentation, this was undoubtedly the first time that I had lost someone's interest within the first 5 minutes. At least Mike looked just as shocked as I felt, a sure sign that it wasn't my pitch that was the problem, just the person that I was pitching was an asshole. I'm so sorry about him, Bev said, rising from her chair. It's not you. He's got other things going on. Yeah, it's not a problem, I said through gritted teeth. It most certainly was a problem. I had spent days on this pitch, and he never even intended to listen to it. The nerve of that jerk to waste my time. Look, despite that scene that he just caused, I'm the decision maker, and I'm drowning. My ears perked up at her desperate tone. Was there still a shot of us landing this? Well, we would be happy to take some of that burden off you, I said. Trust me, this is exactly the type of work that my firm was made for. We'll organize all your processes. When we're done, I promise we'll have your lodge running like a well-oiled machine. I slid a packet of papers toward her. Maybe you and your nephew would like to review our numbers and mission privately to see if we'd be a good fit. I've outlined those details here. I appreciate a prepared woman, she winked at me. Mike was sitting so far forward in his seat that I thought he might fall out of it. I could tell he was eager to intervene, but he knew I had a way of reading people. Bev seemed like the type of person that valued her privacy and didn't like to make a production of things. The raw numbers and no BS information were precisely what she needed to make a decision. She took my packet and paused in the doorframe. I'll review this on our flight home and get back to you. Again, I am so sorry for the outburst. I hope we can move past this if we decide to go forward. Of course, Mike and I said in unison. I'm not sure which of our smiles was bigger, but as soon as Bev was out of earshot, Mike raised his hand and I gleefully high-fived it. What a save! I thought we were screwed when he walked out of here like that. Good job having a write-up prepared. Yeah, well, we're not in the clear yet, I reminded him. While I was an eternal optimist, I did try to keep a realistic perspective on things. When she sees those estimates and returns and reducing work hours, it'll be a no-brainer. Fingers crossed, I replied. Let's just hope if we do land this account that there will be minimal interaction with that pro snowboarder asshat. Wow. So that was the first 2 chapters. Wild times. He's quite what's the word? He's intense. Does your voice change when you read silently in your head? Yes, it does. Does everyone's voice change when they read silently in their head, or is that just me? It totally does. Forceful, yeah. So, other than how to pronounce his name, do we have any charming magical herbalism? I'm gonna politely disagree with your reading of him. I don't hear things in my head. Wait, Cindy, you're one of those? Wait, we need a count. Who hears things? Oh, of course, I knew you were being sarcastic. Magical herbalism. I saw the emoji. I knew. Wait. Can we get a show of hands? Who doesn't hear things in their head when they read? No images, no sounds. I'm sorry. You're one of those people, Cindy? How? You're so wonderfully imaginative and beautiful. I mean, like, in every way. I hear voices, see full images. Yeah, me too, Amy. I could literally watch it like a movie. I only hear the words but no pictures. Interesting. I envision full-on movie scenes. Yes. What? How do you read if you don't hear it? I hear them and I see the images when I read. I hear voices but no pictures. Welcome back, Anya. I'll check it right after this. Becca doesn't because she doesn't read. Well, sure. I don't know what it would be like to have a quiet brain. I have the movies in my head when I read. All the characters look the way I imagine they would. Yeah. I don't read. My brain is full of too many other sounds. I mean, fair. Do you ever get a song stuck in? Yeah, do you ever get a song stuck in your head? I always have a song stuck in my head. As we established earlier today, it was Wrapped in Red by Kelly Clarkson. I never understood the picture it. Yeah, you don't. How interesting. Quiet brain would freak me out, Renee, but then again, we're twinsies, so, that seems fair, I suppose. Weird. I get words stuck in my head. I just keep a note on my phone. Interesting. Becca, I had a question for you. The ones you had commented on previously. Brain is quiet, but a lot of thoughts. How interesting. So interesting. If you write something in the air, can you see it? Like, for example, if I write my name, I can picture what I'm writing, like Sasha, and I can see how it would look in the air. No, can't see it. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I can see invisible fingering. Yeah. I hear things. So, Brittany, you do also? Yeah. That's how I used to do math when I was a little kid. I would be like 4 + 4, 8. Like I can see it there. If I didn't have paper with me and I needed to do something. That's how I figured it out. I figured it out because of math problems as a child. Yes, isn't it anaphasia if you don't have a mind's eye? Is that what it's called? That's how you spell stuff too. Me too, Amy. Yeah, I would do the same thing. A lot of things happen in my brain, but math. Well, no, I'm very bad at math, Brittany. That's why I need it. Yeah, same. This morning, I was definitely lucid dreaming because I thought I was hearing a sound that was in our apartment, and when I woke up, it was not really here. I thought that the kid upstairs was playing on a Casio piano. He was not. He was not. I sometimes do too, Jen, but I can do it in the air. I can be like, oh, I want to spell Mississippi. I can be like Missis. I can do it like that. How do you know the brand of piano? Because they have a specific sound, AC. Don't you guys know what I'm talking about? The Casio piano sound? You know what I'm talking about, right? It's a very specific sound. They do. They do. Thank you. They're very specific. Casio pianos have a very specific sound. Yeah, it is. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. I was like, am I insane? No, it's like a really very specific thing. It's like a techno piano sound. That's right. Yeah, it's like, it's a very tinny, very, just like fake piano sound, you know? My phone crashed. Did you get my... I did, Brittany. I said I'm the same. I do math terribly. That's how that thing whole started. All right, so what do we think of Key Ridge so far? I think we should get all our discussing about it in before the author comes to talk to us, right? So that we... I think... obviously, we're going to have a good time finishing it. We'll probably go through it pretty quickly. It's a pretty quick read. And it's like... It's not, it doesn't look like it's going to be too hard. The font, like there's a lot of space and a fairly large font, and it's about 300 pages. Yeah, I think so too, Aurora. I also think, it's very cute and sweet, but I do have a lot of issue with show not tell, and maybe that's just like the teacher in me. I don't like a character just like monologuing at me about stuff. I'd rather like see stuff proven or whatever. That's just a personal preference. I don't like a character just being like, I'm really good at this. You know what I mean? Like that's not my favorite moment. I've ordered it for my work morning so I can stick it up. That makes sense. Is it one POV or dual? You know what? I don't know, Nissa. That is a very good question. I think it's one. Yeah, it sounds like it's just her. Yeah, I think it's just one. Yeah, and you know what? She is a new indie author, and like, who am I to speak? I don't have any books published, right? So like, what do I know? But that's just a personal preference as someone who has read a lot and written things and whatever over the years. So yeah, unless it's a memoir or whatever, I'd rather not have like a character tell me too much. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a thing that bothers you, or you don't care? Yeah, it's a very different reading experience when it's one POV. Yeah, it is. It is. That is one thing that's going to come up in my book is in 2 POVs. Mine is written very similar POV shift to Enchanted to Meet You, the Meg Cabot book. I think everybody knows that Meg Cabot is like my #1 inspiration for everything I do. So I have pretty much the same shift that she had. Not exactly, but pretty close. This is some romance book. Yeah, it is some romance book, yes. I'm currently reading the Crave series, and I love how it had different POVs. Yeah, I'm really enjoying books with different POVs right now. I'm quite enjoying that. I know not every book can have that, but I am enjoying it. It's not for every book. It's not for every story. But I'm reading a lot of books like that right now, too. So anyway, we will resume again tomorrow for more this. My dearest hope is that I am going to finish packing up all the things that are in bins this morning and then have them packaged so that I have empty bins, and then I'm going to make slime this afternoon. That is my hope. So I will maybe see you all on live around like 2 or 3-ish, maybe 4. I don't know. If I can get things done, that is the goal. And you sent me an email. Oh, okay, great. Did something happen with it, Emily? I thought we found yours, or am I crazy? Didn't your person bring yours? It delivered after they told you it was gone? Yes, I have done work dinner. Your lives fit my schedule well. Okay, great, perfect. And also I was gonna say, if you are, we did, but it's 12, not 24. Oh no. Well, I sent them in 2 boxes. You didn't get your second box. Is that what it is? You know who else is missing a second box? Nikki. Nikki's also missing her second box. Day 7, now I know what smell is supposed to smell. what the smell is supposed to smell. Oh, good. I'm gonna check it right after this. Well, email me, Emily, and we can get that figured out. I did get my second one. Each only had 6. If you got the candy cane boxes, then you're getting 4. There's 3 different types of boxes. All right, I'll check the email as soon as I am off here. So what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say, if anyone is waiting on a roll for slime or custom, tomorrow we're gonna have, so I'm gonna put a sign up today for those spots for tomorrow, because I'm trying to get through all of those. I think we're close, like we're almost done with everyone for the month. We've done a lot this month already, because I did a couple of Decembers early in the last week of November to try to get ahead. So I think we should only have maybe like 20 something more. Please do, Sydney. I'm ready for you. Whenever you're ready, Sydney, I am here for you. As soon as you decide what you want, I will make it for you, baby girl, whatever you want. I just have to know what you want. My roll for slime for this month is my new favorite. I love when that happens. That's actually happened to a couple of people, like multiple times, where like they have one. Yes, you are still left. I have that noted, Rosie. And Rosie, you should get your Hamilton today. I made the decision. I just fail at messaging. Oh, well, message me anyway, because we have to talk about editing also. So just message me both. Ignore the email. We'll look for the... No. I'm not going to ignore the email. I'm going to get you a tracking number, obviously. Why would I ignore you when I could just look up the tracking? Do you know what's really pissing me off? You know what they did to Monique's package? Monique's package has a note on it. 2 people this has happened to. A note on it that says incomplete address, when I've used the same address for every package that I've sent those people for the last 6 months, and they're all Patreon people, so I literally mail them packages every month, and none have ever gone missing, and none have ever said missing address. It's the same label. I just recreated the same label, and it says address incomplete. And I'm like, what do you mean incomplete? And then one, it says that I put the city in wrong. I was like, so the city was correct last month, but it's wrong this month? The city changed over the course of the month. Is that what you're trying to tell us? That the name of the city changed? Yeah? Because you delivered last month's. I'd like to know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, it's really frustrating. And then one person's got broken into, and someone took 2 of the slimes out of it, because I didn't send any in less than sets of 6. And someone got a box of 4. They got a box of 4. They were like, I got 20 through 24. I was like, did you? 20 through 24. Where are the rest of them? 20 through 24? Like, doesn't even make any sense, because I set them in sets. It's baffling. I was like, they're literally like it's everything. Like, next year, what I've learned is that I'm gonna have the cute boxes, but I'm going to the boxes are gonna be inside of a regular box, because I think the cute boxes was like too much of a tell. I think that's the problem. So I wanted the cute boxes because I knew that they would be fun, but I think the cute boxes tell someone that something fun is inside. That's the problem. So next year, we will have cute boxes, but we'll put them inside a brown box or a white box. Because I can't think of any other reason. I've sent Monique has been purchasing for me for 9 months, and nothing has ever gone missing. Why now? Why now is the address incorrect? It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic to it. Nikki also, and also Emily, they've been part of this for literally months. No other packages have gone missing. Why this one? The box is the only explanation. Makes no sense. No, but Becca, how is one broken into then? One, literally 2 slimes are missing out of her package. That means something got taken out of it. And she said the box looked like it had a hole in the side. So someone literally broke open part of it, retaped it up, and took some of the slimes out and retaped it. Otherwise, how is there 4 instead of 6? I don't get it. I don't like it. It makes me mad. I'm glad that everybody's been taking pictures of their stuff so we can submit claims for them, because, oh, the address issues, yeah, they're just saying F it. I agree. I think with the address issue ones, they're just like, oh, it's an issue. And I'm like, is it an issue? I don't believe them, not for one hot second. If it was a new customer, I would be like, oh my God, did I type the address in wrong? But I don't type the addresses in because they come from the system. But like, I would be like, oh, did something like go wrong with the address or whatever? I'd be like, oh, let me check on it. But since I literally just copied the same address from the last order for these ones, you know, and I don't have to type it in. There's like a system that just says like use same address. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's the story. Nikki, I emailed you back this morning asking you a question. So basically, if anyone is having issues with their package missing, my question to all of you is a really simple one, which is, do you or your kids care if a replacement that I send you comes in a different jar? Because I have some slime left over, but I have goose egg on those jars left, which is my bad. I should have ordered way more of those little blind jars. So I can still get replacement slimes out. I just can't put them in those jars. So basically what I'm offering as a replacement is the slime in a different container, more or less. I think most people will probably be okay with that. And we hope that the other ones will show up eventually. It is what it is. Okay, great. I figured that they wouldn't care. Great, Nikki. Yeah, so I think that's the best case scenario, right? From you, Becca, regular. So yeah, that is going to be my answer to people like Nikki and Monique and Emily, who I'm just going to be like, you'll still get slime. It's just going to be in a different configuration. Better some slime than some new jar than no jar, I guess is the answer. They're clear, which sucks, but I think you can just imagine it. I hope the other ones show up. There's like somewhere in the range of like 200 jars out there, like in the ether missing. Yeah, Becca, just here. Anyway, I love you all. I will see you all later. I'm gonna go eat breakfast and then get to work because there's a lot to do today. And we'll get right to it. The jars stay in the box until we're ready. Okay, perfect. So they don't even know. That's great. And we'll get it done. Oh, and I am solidly thinking December 14th, 15th for the restock. And just so everyone knows, the grab bags that I did were all the easy slimes. I didn't give anyone, unless they specifically asked for them, the difficult slimes in the grab bag. But the more difficult slimes will be available in the restock in like a drop down. And they will say basically like second half slimes or whatever. And then in the drop down, it'll say like name number 1. And then, you know, so you can choose if you want them, because there are going to be some slimes from the second 12 that I know people want. So, yeah, like for example, number 21 is something that Arbitrary Canary and I were talking about yesterday. It's our favorite, and she opened all of them. Sorry, guys. I won't tell you all what's in it, but it is one that I'm going to make. I bought double supplies to make an extra large batch of because it's too good. So that kind of stuff is going to be in that, if anybody is interested in a large portion of that. Yeah, I know you love 21. That's what I literally messaged her to ask about 21, and she was like, oh yeah, 21's a fave. I was like, right, no, I know. So my sister just texted me, also, I need an ancient nun Italian name. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna go eat breakfast and see what my sister wants with an ancient nun from Italy. We were unable to deliver your Nespresso order to your address. So apparently I'm also having address issues. I just got a text from Nespresso that says they were unable to deliver my order because of an address issue. Guess what? Same address as last month, same address as the month before. So apparently it's all of us. Benedetta, I'm gonna give her Benedetta. I'm gonna go deal with my Nespresso order now.